guys, I don't know about you, but perhaps my favorite sculpture of all time is David by Michelangelo. For those of you that don't know, David, according to ChatGPT, Michelangelo's David is a masterpiece of the Renaissance sculpture created by Italian artist Michelangelo di Lodovico Buonarroti Simoni, and that was he did it between 1501 1504. Took him 3 years to make.
It's not Sistine Chapel, but it's great.
And it depicts the hero David, who defeated the giant Goliath with a single stone from his sling. And he's muscular. He's chiseled. He's got the ideal figure. All of his veins are carved out of one giant piece of marble, and it's just an incredible.
He doesn't have the biggest penis though.
No. Right. Well, that's what we're going to get into.
People always remark on.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like it, Will.
Right.
Because
makes you feel good about yourself.
It does.
Well, it's
realistic.
No matter who you are, you're like, hey, David's. You know, he's not putting you to shame.
David's my type of guy, you know.
Exactly. Listen, if I drew a penis of the man that slayed Goliath, it would take me a year for just the cock.
You're right.
You know
right.
Yeah.
Sling cock. What do you?
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he trip him with his dong?
Yeah, he slayed Goliath. Oh, all right. We're gonna need a year for the cock.
Need another page.
Yeah. And it's now located in the Accademia Gallery in Florence, Italy. It's considered one of the greatest works of art in human history, and that's what ChatGPT said, and I agree. And again, because it's not that I appreciate the craftsmanship, the physique, it's because David's cock is so humble. It's a piece of art. It's humble.
You want all your heroes to have tiny cocks, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, imagine if he had given David a giant cock, and you're studying in school, and the first penis you see is David's just hog.
If it's too big, you almost root for Goliath, you know?
Yeah. I'd be like, they should have killed that guy.
This wasn't an underdog story. Look at this guy.
Yeah, of course he slayed Goliath.
Yeah. The odds were in his favor. The bookies were saying it was him the whole time.
Once the pants came off, they knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, as you go through school, you learn about the Renaissance, and occasionally some nudity comes up, such as Michelangelo's David. It might be even like the first penis that you ever see while you're sitting next to your classmate.
I think it is.
Right?
I mean, I was lucky enough. I saw it when I was a kid because I was just over in Italy. But yes, I think even in school, it was still the first penis.
Early, second, third, something. It's early.
It's like fifth grade or something like that. Yeah. The story I'm going to talk about is
not
sixth
middle
grade.
school. It's early.
No, it's early.
It's definitely elementary school. Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't like the cock doesn't even hang down past his balls. Like every cock,
flaccid. It's flat. Yeah.
I mean, every cock you see on Netflix nowadays is just like obscene. Like it's like
it's like hanging to the middle of his thighs.
Oh yeah, it's like
you don't even see his nutsack because the cock is so thick and long that it covers the entire sack.
Yeah, you don't even much of Goliath slayers.
A lot of those guys use cod pieces.
Yeah. Anyway. It is humble, it's beautiful, it's art, and it's biblical, right? Which is very important. And but none of that matters to the parents of the Tallahassee Classical School. Here's the outside of the school. Looks like it was just brand new, brand spanking new. It kind of looks like a offshoot of like a college campus, kind of like a one-off of like you see sometimes on the sides of like highways. You know what I'm talking about? Like William and Mary or some shit, like an offshoot. It's got like pillars, beautiful, beautiful campus. Here's the staff inside. They're going to take care of your kids. But they're in trouble, especially the principal of the Tallahassee Classical School, because some parents whose kids were shown David as part of learning about the Renaissance say that David is porn. They said that
what a
David
crockish
and his
shit.
cock is actually pornography. And again, every
How
year...
stupid are those parents?
I don't think they've watched much porn.
No, they're just not cultured. They're fucking morons. And so every year in sixth grade at the Tallahassee Classical School, this happens, right? And none of it mattered until Ron DeSantis and his new legislation on parents' rights and their say in what should be taught to their kids, all surrounding basically like sexuality and LGBT.
Right. It
shit.
gave parents like a flag to throw or something like when
we know what our kids should be
porn
taught.
flag.
Yeah,
I see that picture of David's statue. I'm throwing
Porn flag.
I'm throwing my Texas flag.
Yeah. Challenge it.
Parent flag. Yeah, it's basically what it is. Well, it's
Reveal
like a fucking parent flag.
Yeah.
And so again, you can't teach, and he's pushing through new legislation where you can't teach sex ed or gender identity. I imagine it's not like
a lot of challenges, honey. You got to. I'm
run out of mine.
Yeah, I run out of challenges.
Mr. Cassidy is really using up my challenges.
Hey, yeah, I brought my kid over for your kid's birthday party. Look, I'm out of challenges, Greg.
Yeah.
I need you to step up here. David's porn.
Yeah. Anyway, normally a letter goes out to parents at this school every year where they're like, hey, just FYI, in case you're a weirdo, we're going to be exploring the Renaissance. David's cock's coming up. So if your kids are going to look at David's cock, normally no problem, unless your parents are like, I don't want my kid looking at David's cock.
So like
then they send him to the weirdo room,
A couple
right?
nerds are opted out of
Yeah. Then you go to the weirdo room because your parents are weirdos. Yeah. And I get it. Look,
that's where all those kids can bond and be like, our parents suck. Those kids are going to be awesome. But if they can group up, they're gonna get into some shit.
That's good for them though. You're right, Mark. That's actually good for them to be in that room for that 30 minutes.
They just made friends. Instant group of friends. Instant group of friends, you idiots. Yeah.
And then they come in and everyone's talking about how awesome the cock was and the tits and all that shit because they're.
But then they're Googling on their phones anyways.
They're going to be the first to go to actual strip clubs to try to hook up with people.
Like we got to get over that David thing.
Yeah. But if you don't get a letter, I imagine for a Florida dad, it's a little alarming if your sixth grade daughter comes home and be like, hey, we saw David's cock today. Mr. Cassidy showed us David's penis. He's like, is David Mr. Cassidy's boyfriend or something? Right.
Who's this David?
The wording could make it a hair trigger. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, without warning, right? So now, unfortunately, that lack of preparation to the Florida parents, the letter was not sent out, is causing the principal of this school to resign, facing either being fired or resign because parents are raving mad that their kids were shown pornography. And
it's like RSVP in a wedding. Check yes or no for David's cock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Send it back.
Yeah. All right, get in the weirdo room.
Yeah.
Sixth grade, and this is
sixth grade.
I mean,
sixth grade. It's a fucking statue.
They were showing us sex ed tapes in like fourth grade back in the day.
Dude, kids are jerking off in sixth grade. What the fuck are they talking about?
Oh yeah.
I mean, give me a break. So also, what's fucked up is this Tallahassee classical school. It's part of the Hillside College, which is a Michigan-based private conservative Christian institution. So I mean, this is like a biblical. It's a biblical fucking lesson. It just happens to have a penis in it.
So they're like they're literally complaining that even a history lesson is too sexual.
Even a biblical Christian history lesson is too sexual.
Oh my goodness.
Put a little thong on them and we'll talk.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be an education of liberal arts too.
Christians are protesting their own statue.
They're AIing like a jock strap on them. Get it?
It doesn't get much more Christian.
I moved to disavow Michelangelo and all of his works.
Yeah,
the Roman Catholic Church. It was pornography.
Yeah. Anyway, so also part of the lesson was, the birth of Venus, where you get to see like a half titty, and then also the creation of Adam, which is another little penis hanging down there. You can barely
Adam's
see it.
got the smallest dick of all.
It's even smaller than David's.
I know.
He's way smaller.
I think he fucked up on that one.
Micro penis. Huh?
I think he fucked up on that one. Yeah. I think that was a mistake. So anyway,
that one back up. How gay looking is that? Look how gay he looks.
Yeah. I mean, is he reaching out to God too?
He's so longingly looking at him. Look at him.
I know.
He's trying to
Although
touch his finger.
his great abs, great torso, but
good physique.
Great calves. Yeah.
The penis just got mangled there.
But look, again, thank God that this guy, Michelangelo, didn't give these guys hogs because it sets a bad standard.
There's a lot of foresight by him, actually, because even with those tiny penises, people are still complaining about his work thousands of years later.
Right. Yeah. Even the small penis is getting people riled up.
Right. He's like, I tried to make it as tasteful as I could.
Yeah. It's a perfectly normal sized penis.
Yeah. Still nobody's happy.
Anyway, long story short, the parents couldn't let it go. The board either said, "Hey, you got to be fired." The principal, her name is what's her name? Hope. Somebody. I'll have in a second.
She's got an uplifting name.
Yeah, it's really it's a shame.
Her name is Hope Faithfully.
Yeah, Hope Faithfully.
Hope Carasquilla. And it's this story has garnered so much attention worldwide that the mayor of Florence, Dario Nardella, wrote on Twitter that he personally invites her to Florence to see David and his penis and to be recognized for being able to teach art and all.
She
this
needs
stuff.
a job, buddy, not a trip to Italy. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't hurt if you're paying for the whole round trip, but she needs a job now.
And this woman said that she thinks that the this guy, the school head Barney Bishop III, has always been unhappy with her, and this was kind of like his way to just like the Snoop for Shizzle woman yesterday, just the last straw, a good way to push her out. Basically, she was too liberal for him, so. That's what she says. So there might be a lawsuit coming. Who knows? But I mean,
it's the fucking statue of David, and it's sixth graders.
It's art. It's literally art, and it's a statue.
You're 13 years old in sixth grade or something.
Right? I would imagine if you sample everywhere, even Florida, if you sample like all the public schools, if they teach art history, then by sixth grade, Michelangelo is taught in all the schools. I don't think this is like an outlier.
No. No, it's crazy.
That's the biggest bunch of bullshit. I mean,
yeah. So,
they say America's IQs are dropping. I know somebody questioned that last week when we said that stat on the live show, but it's true. I saw it again. It's true.
Yeah.
And this kicking somebody out for teaching David and calling it porn is evidence of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.